Hello and welcome to game number 1 of this best of 3 for the Winnersbracket Finals.
10 seconds
StarLadder
remaining.
Season 5, live from Kiev, with view of the players. Of course, we see no Tidehunter. Interestingly enough, having to take time for their first ban. And before we jump ourselves further into the draft, I'm gonna be having to show the brackets to you because we see no Tidehunter. They got to the winners bracket by beating Empire. Fnatic didn't make it through virtus.pro, so they got dropped down by them, and virtus.pro therefore in the winners bracket. And therefore no Tidehunter versus virtus.pro in the winners bracket finals, and one of these two teams is gonna have a day off tomorrow because tomorrow is gonna be the losers bracket finals. It's gonna be up against Fnatic, as we already saw Empire getting knocked out of the competition earlier today, getting $1,000 on the way out, but at least placing 4th in 4-team competition. Not really ideal. We're gonna see which one is gonna be at least making it into the top 2, because that's gonna be decided with this matchup. And well, if there are camera images from the players that are sitting on stage, I will be switching to that, so shall we be aware. Like, it's a bit messy, I guess, with the way that the stream is inside a stream, etc. But I want to see it. You want to see it. At least I am assuming you want to see it because I want to see it. I mean, might be a wrong assumption or anything like that, but I mean, come on, it's a LAN event. We want to have some form of LAN experience, even though we're all not there, unfortunately for us. We're going to be seeing a Nyx Assassin so far still in the pool, because it's the Bat and the Coddle that got banned out by no Tidehunter. Respect bans all around for virtus.pro. Aki's Chen getting banned out. Bulldog's Nature's Prophet, as we saw that one winning up against Empire on Thursday, yesterday. The game that Empire was looking really good in. Bulldog made sure that they were losing that first game as well. And they banned it out. So Nyx Assassin still in the pool. Let's see if no Tidehunter wants to pick it up. I mean, Magnus is also in. I mean, you gotta assume like Magnus or Nyx. Both of those have got 2 different players from no Tidehunter that play them. EGM and S4 play Nyx. Bulldog and S4 play Magnus. And I think they want both. It's just depending on who they are gonna be, or which one they're gonna pick up. Even though I think it's gonna be the Nyx. I mean, you know, it's the Nyx. And we still have, indeed, as the chat also points out, Lone Druid in the pool, also a signature hero. Lots of signature heroes still to mess around with. And I mean, this matchup, I mean, okay, that's the winners bracket finals, it makes sense. But these two teams are considered to be, well, there have been a lot of different opinions. virtus.pro is a team that has been considered the favorite for this entire tournament to take it all. No Tidehunter as well. I think Toby said that he was thinking virtus.pro would take it all unless no Tidehunter was playing their A game. And yesterday we saw they were definitely playing their A game. And they're actually gonna be picking up the Wisp as their first pick. That one was still in the pool as well. Nyx Assassin, Lone Druid therefore picked up by virtus.pro. Lone Druid probably more to just deny it to no Tidehunter, even though we know that KSI is a very strong Lone Druid as well. We saw him winning with that yesterday against Fnatic. But they are going to be up against the IO and a Chaos Knight, so pretty strong combination. And it's going to be pretty tough to see if virtus.pro can deal with that one. Magnus also picked up a lot of versatility with that, and I mean versatility in who is going to be playing what. As we know, S4 loves to play the Magnus, but we also know that Bulldog can definitely play that hero, even though it's not one of his signatures. Like, we still have the Bounty Hunter in, for example, that is definitely one of Bulldog's stronger heroes still, and it actually fits in quite nicely with a IO and a Chaos Knight if they indeed decide to go for that. I mean, you can just scout out with the Bounty Hunter and then go for a relocate, knowing exactly where you should be. As we're gonna see the Rubik getting banned out. The Gyro was the last pick up by virtus.pro, kind of giving a bit away about what they're gonna be doing, even though we have seen Gyrocopters as supports before. I don't think we can expect it from virtus.pro, because virtus.pro likes to play it as a carry. Of course, Airman or Illidan has got the Gyro as a signature hero, as you can also see on the side overlays that are done. You can see all the players there, where they're from, their real names, and their signature heroes. That is the 2 heroes that are behind after each face, that is. So you can check everything out there if you are curious about signature heroes of a certain player. There's the bounty hunter getting banned out. virtus.pro also realizing that was one of the risks. And they just ban out offlane heroes. They ban out the Darkseer. They just want to force that Magnus to the offlane perhaps. No Tidehunter banning out the Puck as well. We still have the Queen of Pain in the pool. Might see that one getting banned out as well, depending on what S4 is going to be expecting to play. I mean, no Tidehunter has the first pick, so they might think about picking up the Queen of Pain for themselves and the Magnus on the offlane. And then still maybe an Enchantress or something for Aki if they really want to. But they are taking their time. I mean, Puck, solo mid hero. virtus.pro is still missing that. They have got an offlane KSI placed at Lone Druid as an offlane almost exclusively. And
5 seconds.
Oh,
5 seconds.
I can't do
remaining.
this. That's a shame. Look what they did. This is the first time today that they've done that, and I can't show it to you, but I will tell you where you find that stream if you want to have that camera views open at the same time. You can do that if you go to twitch.tv/StarLadder1. It's a Russian stream, granted, but you will be able to see those camera images. It's quite nice actually to see that. We are not going to be able to do that, unfortunately, as we don't have the connection, because I mean there's like countries in between us, like zillions. Not zillions, but a lot. And no time. It's actually taking a long time to think about this last ban here. Are they gonna ban out the Queen of Pain to deny that for Tama Wild? Or are they gonna ban out the Lina? They want to have a bit of a less aggressive trial lane. Well, I mean, Lina is a hero that follows up with the Nyx Assassin stun. You still have the Leshrac in the pool though, so... Well, Leshrac and Jakiro, 2 heroes that basically do the same. And... yeah... like, if you can ban out the Lina, I mean, it's fine, but it's still gonna be like... There's still so many other heroes that you can pick up. I mean, it might not be a Lina, but it will still be a Leshrac, same idea. I guess it's less burst damage to burst down the IO. Or IO, the Wisp. IO the Wisp. Queen of Pain gets banned out still. I think virtus.pro realized that if they didn't ban out Queen of Pain, they would have picked it up, so... kind of protecting themselves from now on. And let's see what no Tidehunter is gonna be picking up. Hey! People from the chat. Looks like chat actually loaded. Welcome to my stream. And like, I realized there's like plethora of you watching right now. And I'm very happy that you do. But since I kind of think that some don't know that it's also being casted by Toby, I will just say it. It's also being casted by Toby. There you go. Leshrac, pick up, still by no tide, gonna be having that Chaos Bolt followed up by the Tether and the Split Earth and everything. That's a strong trial lane actually. It's not gonna be an aggressive trial lane, I think, though. That's a bit too risky. Wisp is too squishy for that. But it's still gonna be a strong trial lane. We still don't know what that Magnus is gonna do. It can still go to the offlane, it can still go to the mid lane, and I think no Tidehunter is just, well, they're forced to now save it up to their last, because obviously they haven't picked up their other hero just yet. virtus.pro, there's a lot of different support still in the pool, like Bane, for example. Bane and Gyro works out really well, and a Shadow Demon still in the pool. Someone's gonna be aggressed on by Chaos Knight, and a Wisp. Just a disruption can save that person's life. It's there's a lot of options still, actually. I mean, Jakiro is still in as well. Like I said, it's definitely a possibility. And we still miss the mid laner for virtus.pro as well. But they can actually wait for that until they know what no Tidehunter is gonna do, and therefore find a counter towards that mid laner for no Tide. And it's the Jakiro. So, like I said, basically has the same role as the Leshrac or Lina in that case. Just the follow-up stun from the Impale. And I guess the slow is pretty nice as well, as you match it up with a bit of AoE damage from the Gyrocopter cooldown, and all of a sudden you've got yourself a team fight. Now that's something that neither team's...
10 seconds remaining.
I guess virtus.pro doesn't have a lot of.
5 seconds remaining.
No Tidehunter, they've got an RP, don't get me wrong. And it's great. But they don't have that much follow-up damage apart from Leshrac, Split Earth and Lightning right now, and the Shockwave from Magnus himself, of course. But Chaos Knight and Wisp are all about single target. And I think their last mid might actually be just someone that has... Actually, we still have have a lifestealer in the pool. And we have actually seen no Tidehunter going for the off-lane lifestealer before. And they actually are running out of time. They're gonna pick up a Clockwork instead though. That's gonna be Bulldog's hero. So S4 on the Magnus. They didn't really have that much time to think about that. 1 second left in their bonus time. virtus.pro though, they've got 55 seconds left and their normal time. So they don't really have to worry about time pressure. And they can just pick up something that they think would fit well against that Magnus. And knowing that it's a melee hero, we might see something like that also from virtus.pro. And with something like that, I mean actually a melee hero. They might actually decide to put Nyx Assassin up against Magnus.
10 seconds remaining.
And then just still pick a Bane or something like that to go together with the Gyro and the Jakiro. It wouldn't actually be too bad. But there's a lot of different heroes that could work well in the mid lane. Like I'm thinking also Nightstalker or I'm even thinking Storm, but I'm not too sure that's really the right choice here. Because I mean, in theory, no Tidehunter could also go for a dual lane mid still. But they're gonna pick up the Brewmaster, and with that, having more teamfight. As I said, they missed a bit of that, but they totally make up for it with that Brewmaster. Also, not an easy hero to gank with IO Wisp combination, IO Chaos Knight combination, because I mean, there's just he is a very tanky hero, and you've got a bit of burst damage to throw out from the Wisp and the Chaos Knight, like when they're actually jumping towards a target. But I don't think that's gonna be bringing the Brewmaster down, and then he can just split if he's above level 6, and he can just get that done. So let's see who's playing what for no Tidehunter. We're gonna have EGM playing his Wisp low down the Chaos Knight, no surprise there, with S4 playing the Magnus Aki on the Leshrac, and last but not least, it is Admiral Bulldog playing the Clockwork. Same time we see virtus.pro all smoked up, looking for an engagement actually, gonna be going towards the Dire jungle. We're gonna be seeing Smile on the Nyx Assassin, Illidan, of course his signature Gyro with NS on the Jakiro. And Tame and Wild are going to be playing the Brew. They're going to be finding Bulldog first. They need that Impale to go off. That's going to be their start off. Here comes Chaos Knight already with the Tether and the Wisp. And instantly it's about who goes in first. Bulldog might be the one. He has got Cogs, but he only gets the Bear. That's a bit of a shame. Collab. Tame and Wild getting stunned. Impale. Load that trouble. Ice Bath. And that is a first blood. Skewer hits up on Smile, but S4 just used it to get away, just like EGM following suit. It's gonna be no Tidehunter on the run there, and they're running fast. They're gonna be trying to hide at their tower. Bulldog should be able to get away unless there's a brilliant Ice Path. Nice Split Earth by Aki though, stopping everything. But the first blood, it goes to virtus.pro. And better yet, it goes to Tame Wild on the Brewmaster, so he will have a very, very fast bottle, I believe, is being brought to him right now, and that is indeed the case. First blood money, making all the difference in that middle lane, and he gets a double damage rune as well. That's gonna be a tough mid lane for S4 to take. And a pause needed by the Brewmaster. Well, that gives me time to introduce the last one. I think KSI was the one I didn't have yet. virtus.pro on the Radiant side. These two I indeed mentioned. Interestingly enough, we see NS on the Jakiro and Smile actually on the Nyx Assassin, while I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was actually last weekend, but we saw Smile actually on the Jakiro landing some amazing, and I do mean amazing, ice paths. But this time it's NS playing the Jakiro. I was kind of expecting ars-art to do that again, just to because he was so successful earlier on. We are going to have an aggressive trend line for virtus.pro, so that's going to be nice to see. Bulldog is going to be having a bit of an issue with that, but he is going to be getting levels, I feel, and I think he is also going to be getting a gold at least with his flare. In the meantime, Brewmaster goes down in the mid lane. EGM coming around with Aki, and that is the first blood already being negated. It is Tame Wild that goes down. It's not S4 that picks up the kill, however. I mean, he misses some gold. We do have the rotation of supports continuing on mid, continuing on bottom, because they're gonna have an aggressive trial in there as well to try and shut down KSI a bit. I don't think they can kill him though. It's very tough to kill a lone druid, because he is just very tanky. He has got a bear to help himself out. It's not going to be easy at all. And we actually are going to see a rotation. This is going to be NS rotating here. We might also see Nyx Assassin coming soon, depending on if they think they can get something done on the Clockwork. I mean, of course it is virtus.pro that wanted to go for an aggressive trial lane. The question is, are they going to get it? No Tidehunter with the rotation, making sure they're going to have a safe trial lane actually. But now are going to be forced to be almost on a semi-aggressive lane already, as we have got a counter ward there. No Tidehunter. Getting a bit of extra vision. The counter ward gets counter warded instantly. Well, that's something. It's only a counter ward though, no observers. The observer is behind the tower, so this is definitely something that no Tidehunter knows, as in the Jakiro being here is something that they know. We see a drawing from Aki. They have got no dust, but there's also no wards, and apparently they are very well aware that there are indeed no wards. They're gonna be going behind the tier 1 tower, seeing what they can do. They can't pick up the courier, even though it's still walking, but they can try to pick up Timo Wild again. I mean, he's not level 6 just yet. He can't really split, and there's so much shutdown coming off from these two heroes alone that they might be able to get a kill there again. We do have a shockwave. Timo Wild being very careful, realizing there's people missing from the map, so he's gonna stick near his tower. He's gonna give up some last hits for that. There's the tether. They realize it's there. Aki's still coming in, just throwing out some harassment, but you know, right back at you from Timo Wild. Tower still hits on Aki. Kinda hurts. That's okay. In the meantime, we have got a Bulldog trying to escape from that, and I think he will be able to. Reality Rift in. Loda coming in as well. This might actually be a kill on the gyro instead. Will Aki be able to throw it, or Loda be able to throw it a stun? He doesn't have mana for it, but the hits. Tether comes in, EGM, and that's gonna be Bulldog getting the kill with the flare. 2 second stun hits up on Smile, and they are gonna get a double kill here on the top lane. It is gonna be EGM that picks up the second kill, and that is gonna be 2 dead on the semi-aggressive dual lane on the top lane for virtus.pro. And the TP incoming from the Jakiro again, so that is gonna be, well, the aggressive tri lane back in action, I'd say. But it is actually, look at this, Gyrocopter doesn't have money for a TP, so he has to walk all the way. That hurts. Does give his supports a bit of extra time to maybe go for something, but it does definitely hurt, as we do have yeah, the aggression is on. Like, the rotation from No Tidehunter being spot on, and now with the kills going their way, they might actually think that they can take this without actually rotating for a safe tri lane, as that was, of course, in first thought their intention. In the meantime, we've almost got level 6 up on these two mid laners. We've got S4 sitting on 19 for 6 on the last hit. Timo Wild sitting on 19 for 1, so very even on the last hit. Both of these heroes have got the same feat that as soon as they're level 6, they've got an RP or a split, and they want to use it, preferably on each other, preferably to try to get a kill. And I think that the question is with these two, whoever uses it first gets out not ahead but behind. Like, you have to use it a second. Get as much harassment off as you can without using your ultis, and maybe even, well, then use your ultis at the right time without using it too early, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's gonna be close. Regen Rune still picked up by the Magnus, gonna be slightly ahead therefore by Timo Wild, who's got an empty bottle. And the courier actually still walking on the side of virtus.pro. And that's of course a result of the supports not really getting anything done, and I mean, Smile actually dying there is not really too ideal. We do see NS almost having the gold for it, but you know, they don't have boots yet either, so it just depends on what they are gonna be prioritizing over their courier. So far it's gonna be Timo Wild that finds the troubles from that though. His bottle just taking a long time to refresh. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, it is KSI that is 17 for 7. With Bulldog rotating, I mean, he got a kill on the top lane. Didn't get that much last hits. He is 9 for 5. But he is not doing bad because he's been involved in those 2 kills and actually got 1 last hit for himself. So he is okay. He's level 5. KSI, level 5 as well. So the off laners slash solo laners that are not mid. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it does. They're both on par, I guess, with each other, as we see the same thing, I think, on the net worth. Actually, it's Lone Druid slightly ahead, 300 gold though, not that much. Not that much at all. As we're gonna see No Tidehunter actually having a fairly safe trial and all of a sudden, with virtus.pro backing all the way off. They are all full on mana and HP though. We might see them trying, and we're gonna see Smile and NS rotating around. Question is where they're gonna rotate to, if they're gonna go that way or if they're gonna go towards the mid, and it looks like they're gonna be going towards the mid. They are level 3 and level 3. The TP came out though. It's gonna be NS, gonna be going to the bottom lane, wants to try and go for KSI, but it doesn't happen, especially not with that nice entangle. S4 is gonna be rotating back towards the mid lane, and he's actually gonna be able to pick up a haste rune with that as well. So handy for that, as we are gonna try to see him using that RP. That's what he's hunting for, and he might actually still hunt it for the bear as he finds the actual bear, and he is gonna be able to therefore be scouted out. So instantly KSI moves back towards his tower. In the meantime, Smile looking for maybe something on Loda. I mean, they can't just let Loda free farm here. I mean, they're an aggressive tri lane. They have to be aggressive, otherwise they're not getting anything done. Their supports will rotate for nothing. They are sharing experience amongst the 3 of them with just 1 lane. And the supports of Wait on the bottom lane. KSI trouble. The RP is actually already used, and KSI will still go down or not, or eats a tango. And it's actually S4 in a lot of trouble now. Has to back off, especially with Teamabot coming in. Can he have another shockwave? Yes, he can, but he misses. KSI staying alive. Teamabot doesn't have enough mana for a split, so couldn't get a kill for himself. And S4 running for his life, I guess, in a way. In the meantime, on the top lane, it is the place where a kill happens. It is Wisp that gets Airman, actually. And they're going to try to get an S as well. An S in trouble. We got 3 of 10. Courier comes in, doesn't matter. It is going to be an S that dies. 2 on dead on the top lane again. A virtus.pro dropping behind. And as I just said, I mean, they are sharing experience on one lane. So they need to get those kills to get their experience back on top. And they're just getting more and more behind. I mean, EGM and Aki are still fairly low level as well. I mean, they rotated a bit as well. They're level 4 and level 3. We see the same thing on the Jakiro, on the Nyx Assassin. Actually, both already level 4, but we don't see them getting those kills. And that is hurting the Gyrocopter real hard. And the difference in levels on the support might not be big, but the difference in levels on Loda and on the Gyrocopter, Loda level 7, Gyro level 4. That is the downside that you have if you have to share your experience with the supports, while the supports of No Tidehunter are actually able to get the experience a bit from the neutrals as well, as we already saw right here. We have an Invis rune up on the Tema Wild. Might try to use it for a clap split without having to blink in, as he is going to go for a blink dagger as his first item by the looks of it. But we'll see if he's going to try to make something happen. I think if he wants to, he should be. I think actually he might just be wanting to go top to try and make a difference there, because obviously his tri lane by himself isn't cutting it. So maybe having a Tema Wild coming out of there is going to be helping out. There's no wards for No Tidehunter to actually scout that out. But I mean, Tema Wild's showing that he had the rune now already. It's going to be making people a bit curious, and he's actually just going to be he's going to be going top. Yeah, he should be. But this is a bit obvious. Like No Tidehunter, they saw the rune probably. We're gonna assume that they did. I mean, they're professional players after all, and they should have had the miss call as well from S4. So this is a pretty obvious gank. But let's see if they can still get something from it. I mean, it's still a split. He might have to dive a tower for it, but that might be worth it if they get some kills out of that. That is worth it. We see No Tidehunter though. They are super careful. We have got level 5 up on EGM. IO is actually going to be targeted here. No, never mind. Home missile missing. And that's going to be Tema Wild working back towards his lane. Well, that was a failed rune.
Radiance.
In the meantime, S4 found himself some harassment on the tower, and he's actually going to rotate. He has an RP again. He has got mana boost. He's going to go for KSI. And he's going to leave Brewmaster by himself. To farm for his blink there, because he really almost got that, and that will make a big difference. In the meantime, S4 is gonna see if he can get KSI. He's gonna come in from the side. He has a skewer, he has an RP. Let's see what he can do. Boom! RP! Is there gonna be enough damage? Yes, there should be, especially with those cogs there as well. KSI in trouble. Where's the TPs? There's the TPs. Gyro comes in. Ice Path first. KSI still drops. The dual breath slows him down. They want to try and catch them if they can. Flak Cannon trying to help out, but there's nothing more that can catch up with them. And No Tidehunter are gonna be 1 kill richer. And virtus.pro is going to be 1 bear down. And as well as, well, quite a bit of farm. I mean, the Lone Druid is on the safe lane. He should be getting a fairly decent time. But he's actually lower right now on net worth. Lower than Bulldog himself, who's now got, of course, his 2nd kill. But he was an offlane Clockwork. First against an aggressive trial lane put up against there. Not the easiest lane, to be fair. Like, actually just the toughest lane there is. Clockwork being put there, of course, because of his survivability for his cogs. But now on the hard lane still, he is still doing fine for himself. He's level 8. In the meantime, on the top lane, some push going on. We actually have Aki no levels in Edict just yet, so they can't really push with that one. Loda in the meantime, level 8. It is about time to start jumping around the map, especially with this Wisp being level 6. But the question is, where are they gonna jump to? Well, we have got Airman. He rotated bottom to get some farm there, as we have Lone Druid actually going towards the jungle to farm. But No Tidehunter, they don't have any wards up on the map that are actually aggressive. Like, they've got very defensive wards up here on the top lane, which is needed if you're gonna be up against an aggressive tri lane and you want to win that aggressive tri lane, which actually happened. But they don't really have any wards where they can scout people out to teleport to, and if you're gonna be going bottom, you know that you're gonna be up against 3. If you're gonna be going top, you're gonna be up against the Nyx only, but there's a TP very close by for everybody, and he's actually level 5. They can't try to go for him. The question is,
top tower is under attack.
Is it really worth it? Because the risk of people TPing in and getting them is actually quite big. And then you can go mid, but Tamer Wild will just split. Like literally, like he will split. So it's, and he might actually blink away and split that way, but it is not an easy lineup to gank against virtus.pro. Not at this point anyway. S4 coming in towards the bottom lane again, he has got an RP. No Clockwork this time though, Clockwork was in the mid lane. But S4, he's farming towards his blink dagger. He has to be careful though, because all of a sudden there's a tri-lane bottom, semi-tri-lane with KSI, of course, rather being in the forest than anywhere else. With Smile, he's level 6. Let's see what he can do with that. Also one of those heroes that wants to use level 6, but normally you go for those supports. You know, you try to pick them off, but the supports are just actually quite tanky. I mean, you see Bracers, you see an Urn, and they're together at that, so even if you might kill one, you might not kill the other one. Let's see what he can do though. They're gonna go for level 9 though. With a headdress and a poor man's shield. They want to probably use the blink in and the clap for it. The Vendetta is almost running out, so they have to go now. There they go. Impale, clap, and they can do this for sure. One more hit needed, or not. Cogs, actually. And that's gonna be Wiz TPing in, and it's still gonna be Bullock that goes down, but here comes EGM and Loadout looking for a Smile. Will not be able to find them, will actually be able to find them. Ice Path not helping out. RP up on 3 and a bear. It is gonna be KSI getting chased down. The split was still there. There goes the gyro. Double kill for S4. Can he do more? Tamer Wild back to his normal self. Loda in trouble actually. Can have a reality rift out of there if he wants to, but gets an entangle and goes down. KSI getting his first kill of the game. And it's a 2 for 3 trade still though. 2 supports and a carry. Oh, actually 3 for 3 trade. 2 supports and a carry for 3. Well, 1 support, 1 carry and an offlaner. So slightly in favor of virtus.pro in the end. I have to say that was just purely the support incoming for virtus.pro and of course Wiz TPing out, but that is gonna be making it all in vain because now S4 no Tidehunter pulling out ahead again. I mean that was just Tamer Wild overextending like to the fullest. That was bad. But yeah, with EGM teleporting out again after the relocate, he actually put his team at a disadvantage of numbers, and that worked very, very against them. EGM gonna take a lot of damage here, and is actually gonna be going down in 1 more hit. There we go, and Ness picking up the kill on his Jakiro. S4 looking for something, doesn't have an RP, gets an entangle, but scores to the high ground and TPs himself home. He has got a blink dagger, by the way, but not doing anything in that fight, not without an RP up anyways. Loda and Aki hang around in the mid lane, but instantly everybody of virtus.pro has backed off, and we are gonna see a bit of a impasse in the game, I guess. We are gonna see 3,000, almost 4,000 gold, not 3,500. I'm gonna say no Tidehunter has that in their favor in this game right now. 14 minutes in, really not that much just yet. As far as the experience graph goes, same story, 3k. But everything can change real fast with these ultis being thrown out like that, and it really doesn't say too much, apart from that we see no Tidehunter there. Well, S4 and Loda, they're just very high up on that net worth. Followed up by the Brewmaster, as well as by KSI's Lone Druid. The difficulty is for virtus.pro though, is their gyro. He just didn't get anything on the top lane. Airman is having some issues with getting his items up, and that's gonna be working against them. At the same time, of course, they've got the Lone Druid that makes up for that, so Hookin misses actually. Almost though. But S4, he's got himself an RP again. He actually got himself a regen rune as well. They're on the bottom lane. Maybe they're gonna try to do something, but they're gonna be up against a tri-lane for themselves as well.
Bottom tower
so that's really not that great to be going in on. In the meantime, we take a look at the levels and we see the gyro on par with the supports. 2 supports actually being level 8, a level higher than the gyro. Illidan having a tough time indeed after that tri-lane kind of failing. But the most important thing, Tamer Wild level 2 ulti. That is a big deal. I mean, you also have an RP ulti, yeah, that's great. But Tamer Wild, I mean, the Brewmaster ulti is just working that way. That level 2 makes just a big difference, because you know it doesn't really scale that well with levels. So the levels in ultis actually makes a big difference, if that makes sense. I got it explained to me once, but I kind of forgot the way that it was explained to me. It was at least a lot better than level 1 ulti. There we go. In the meantime, we do have Nyx Assassin, not really having that much, got 500 gold. And they're actually gonna try to defend their top tower from the looks of it. Tower is gonna be almost dead though.
Top tower
and let's see if they can actually defend it. There is still a fortification. Blinking, clap! Gets a 3 second stun though. He can still split if he wants to. He actually slowed down Loda still. The haste rune helping out, but it's not gonna be enough, especially not with all the TPs incoming and all of a sudden, well, 1 TP being cancelled, Bulldog cancelling his TP, sticking around mid, but 4 heroes for no Titan on the top lane. They really want to take down this tower, and with these TPs, I think virtus.pro is going to give it to them for free. Well, not for free. It's going to cost them a lot of time. Timobot might actually think about still spinning, but gets a 4 second stun before anything else, and actually gets initiated on Shockwave, Tether stun, and that's going to be a kill. Illidan comes in, gets the cooldown though, up on 3, look at the damage going through. Brilliant ice press, hits on 2, score out. For S4, it's not going to be enough. 1 more hit away from dying. Actually, Bulldog coming in to save the day as we still have Airmen going down to the Shrek from the side. Wiz TPing in, wants to go for KSI. Gets a stun up. Nice entangle though. Loda not going to be in range anymore for S4. For KSI that is, but is going to be able to land a stun and get the kill. Anyway, tower still standing. Bulldog who wants to make people pay. Nice flare. 2 very low supports, but it's the supports that get away. And those are definitely not the key targets for No Tidehunter to go on. And No Tidehunter actually, did they not lose a single hero? Because it looked like they were not doing as well as it looks right now. Well, okay, the Wisp died. And bought back and came back. That was the relocate that we saw happening. So Wisp died. That is something. But if you have a Wisp dying and you catch out all 3 key heroes of virtus.pro, I think that's worth it. Yep, and that's worth it for sure. And Loda got saved, of course. S4 got saved. That was the one. We saw him, like we saw him on the edge of the cooldown. He missed the last hit. Almost got taken down by Smile. But then in came the cogs from Bulldog, like a real lifesaver coming in from the side. I mean, he had to walk. I guess that was a good thing then, because he had to walk instead of TP, because his TP was on cooldown. When he realized the fight was breaking out, he started walking towards the top lane. I think if he would have TP'd instead, if he would have still had that, that might have actually not gone too well. Flare coming in, putting the stun or the blink on cooldown rather. We do have, of course, this magical combination. These two will farm together constantly. If there's a fight that breaks out, they can be there with the relocate. If they see someone on the map by themselves, they will punish that person by killing him off and relocating towards that. In the meantime, Loda will get farm knowing that he's not in any danger. Because even if they are getting ganked, EGM will make sure that he's going to be teleported to safety, and EGM will, you know, go back by himself to die in his stead. So it's a very, very safe combination. S4 is going to be in some trouble by the looks of it. There's going to be 4 heroes here from virtus.pro. Score away there. No, he's gonna go for the RP and the hook in, and then with relocate they want to take this fight, and there goes Smile and Illidan. Can they get more? The split happens, but is it gonna be too late already? It's already an Esset dies as well. 3 heroes on the sideline. We got a tripped in. KSI in trouble, running away, going down. 1 more hit. There he goes, and that is gonna be a double kill for Bulldog, as he also is chasing down the Brewlings. Can they get them? 1 Storm Bruling goes down. There is a real one. Can they get him? They still have to get a tripped in, and that is gonna be a T-wipe with no heroes going down on Virtus on the No Tidehunter. That is gonna be one of the biggest baits ever. No Tidehunter. They had S4 hanging around here by himself. I mean, he was just minding his own business with Bulldog sitting around here, and the rest of the supports also hanging quite in the back. So virtus.pro thought they had a clear shot of taking S4 down, but instead of running away, he just charged right in, got a great RP, in comes the hook, in comes the tether and the relocate, and in comes the team fight. That was not something that virtus.pro was expecting, at least not that way. They were willing to take a fight, otherwise they wouldn't have been there with all of them, but they were expecting to have the upper hand of, you know, the element of surprise. Yeah, that kind of failed. So no Tidehunter. He's getting themselves the tier 1 tower return on the bottom lane. Looks like they're also going to be getting the tier 1 on the middle lane, with Loda actually having his armlet complete, building towards a BKB. Getting the tower money there as well, as we have got, of course, S4 building towards a 4-staff by the looks of it. Oh, where are they going to go? Oh, they're not going to go anywhere? I'm kind of expecting them to go somewhere. That's not happening. Oh well. You might actually, I'm actually thinking 4-staff, but we'll find out actually. Let's see what Aki is building. Not really too much. Got 2 bracers. Bracer build. Most solid build for supports. 1300 gold in EGM. if he is not going for a... Oh, the 4-step is actually ready on S4 already. What am I talking about? He's not going for Mechanism because it's already up on Bulldog. But he's probably gonna go save for a Ghost Scepter. That's gonna be his item of choice. And we're gonna see no Tidehunter smoking up. I mean, while you are ahead, get more ahead, right? They're gonna be trying to find a virtus.pro. At the same time, virtus.pro is doing the same thing on the top lane, actually trying to force something out there. There are, of course, there is a tier 1 tower standing there, so they can just decide to TP. With everybody having a TP score apart from Loda, but he can just get relocated there anyway, so it doesn't really matter all too much. But they are roaming top anyways, having still the smoke.
Are fortified.
And they're gonna try to take virtus.pro from in the back, from behind. Wrap around gang, there they go. Reality Rift, no. There we go. Cooldown coming down. Great ice bath once again. It's actually gonna be Io that dies first. He buys back again. TP's back as Airman still goes down. Aki on the run from the Brewmaster. In the meantime, we are gonna be seeing the Lone Druid going down. NS gonna be going down. 3 heroes dead on the side of No Title. Shrek still picked up by Tama Wild, but Tama Wild a long way from home, and he is gonna be the last one to die if he's not careful. And I think he is actually not that careful. Flare coming in. Actually, that skewer might have really helped him. No, it doesn't help him at all. Boom, you're dead. We did see, well, we didn't see, but it is Smile that teleported himself into safety. The only one to stay alive. No Tidehunter though, pulling ahead really fast in this game, and that Wisp pickup, it wasn't the most... Like, it's not the most defining factor here. Why is he dying? Oh, Armlet, okay. But it's definitely working out for them. Those feather stuns make a big difference in this game. While Illidan shut down so hard. He has got... I mean, he's been in most fights. He has got 6 assists out of the 8 kills that I've there, but he also died 6 times. He's not got his BKB. He's got treads, which is nice. Or phrase boots, that is, but it's nice, but it's not treads. Survivability is really not there for him. He really needs that BKB for that. We have Ness got himself a bracer. Let's see what the rest is having. We've got, of course, a Lone Druid. Had a bit of a tough time on that bottom lane as well. Still going for the armlet for his bear, but, you know, also not really doing all too well. I mean, look at the net worth difference. It's really quite insane. Brewmaster has got a blink. He did okay in the mid lane, but after that mid lane, he couldn't get his splits working for kills. And Aegis, free Aegis for the Chaos Knight, of course. We're gonna see Smile going for a Ghost Scepter by the looks of it. Sorry, I'm not joking, I swear. 1400 gold up on him. And maybe even wants to save it for buyback if he dies first in a fight. As we've seen buybacks, EGM. Like the last time we checked, I was checking items, I was saying EGM is gonna go for a Ghost Scepter, right? But he actually didn't go for Ghost Scepter yet. He died, bought back, and he has 1300 gold again because of that fight. That's how fast it goes. We've got the BKB up on Loda. We've got Aki with more bracers and treads now as well, with this 4-staff up on the clockwork, so more mobility for the side of No Tidehunter, while they already have got so much. And 1400 gold again up on the Magnus as well, and they're just gonna go for the tier 2, and I don't think that virtus.pro can do anything against this right now. They're just gonna have to let it go and try to take something in return, because that is gonna be their goal right now. Like, okay, you know, your opponent is ahead, deal with it. The way you deal with it is get your own core items up, so you try to take your own towers, like this one. They get it, they rotate top. They tried that the previous time as well. Let's see if they can get it now. But if you trade towers for tier 1 for tier 2, it's not that bad, because I mean, map control, you weren't having that much freedom anyway with that Wisp on the map, and you have to stick together regardless. And this way, smoke, yeah. And this way you get yourself some gold. I mean, you're already behind anyway, like I said. It's better to get yourself some gold than to try and stand behind a tower that you can't save anyway. So they smoke up, and they're gonna be going top. But I think the smoke has been already known by No Tidehunter. I mean, they send the flare there, didn't see anybody. Everybody's missing from the map. So this is quite expected. They're gonna go backdoor this tower, by the way. Like I said, gold is what they need. Gold is what they want, and they get it too. And Lone Druid picking it all up, so has got his armlet now ready with that. So that will make a difference. In the meantime, they do lose their tier 2 tower. No real surprise. And we actually see Bulldog rotating already to the tier 2. And maybe, oh, he hooks in on KSI, gonna be going for it. Wisp relocate as well. KSI is gonna be the target. Here comes Lodi. Reality drifts in on Illidan. Phantasm, BKB, 2 seconds solid, and then goes down. KSI has already dropped. Timo Wild's gonna drop as well before he can split. They are trying to catch NS, and that's a double kill for Loda, and that is only Smile left alone on the map, who was able to get himself away with his Vendetta. He is gonna go for Blink Dagger by the looks of it, actually, rather than anything else, but I don't think he's gonna be getting the time, because I feel like this could actually be GG. No Tidehunter, they're just steamrolling through this one. And with only a sole Nyx Assassin to be stopping this, it's gonna be tough. They don't have to deal with another reverse polarity for now, but they do have to deal with so much control coming up from No Tide. The tier 3 tower will drop. And that will be the barracks going down as well.
Radiant's top barracks are under
See, Hookin. Oh, hello, Illidan. Reality Drift out, actually. That is gonna be not good for Loda, but cooldown comes out, Illidan still goes down, Mechanism helps out, Bulldog staying alive, in some trouble, but he should be able to go stay alive unless there's gonna be another entangle. Blinking clap, there's a split, finally. Gonna be going for Bulldog first, is he indeed able to pick him off? Probably. We're gonna assume that he does as an S. I'm not sure what he thinks about doing, but he is gonna be... Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're gonna be on that low life, or you're gonna be sitting next to a Chaos Knight coming back alive, you know, that's not good. In the meantime, the Brewmaster was not able to get himself the kill on Bulldog, so that's not gonna be good. Split Earth hits up on Timo Wild. Timo Wild's gonna go down, it comes as 4 as well. Skewers the rest back towards him, and leaves Loda to kill everybody. Triple kill. Where is the GG? There is the GG. No Tidehunter. Take game number 1. Very convincing. I think we're gonna see Wisp being banned out after this first game in the winners bracket of the... Well, the Winnersbracket Finals from the LAN Finals in StarLadder Season 5, all live from Kiev, with the teams at least being live. I am unfortunately not live, but it doesn't matter. We will still get the feel of it being live, because I will be able to show you these kind of things, like, boom, there we go. You see Bulldog sitting there, S4, Aki, that is going to be EGM, and in the back end, that is Loda. And if you want to check out these views for yourself, by the way, this is all on the Russian stream. Oh, the lights go on, that helps out. This is on the Russian stream on StarLadder 1 in Twitch TV, so you can check it out for yourself. As you see Villa and Casper sitting there. So yeah, you can check that out for yourself. If you want to support me, you can do so. You can check out my website, SheeverGaming.com. By the way, I realize that a lot of you people don't know that, but I will say it again, therefore. My website actually has all the VODs of all the casters of all the games, spoiler-free, and with the search function all in the archive, so make sure you check that out. And the VODs actually of the games that happened earlier today for StarLadder, for example, are already on there, so check it out for sure. We are going to be jumping ourselves into game number 2. If you want to be there, well, you want to be there, what am I talking about? Let's jump ourselves into game number 2. Be right back.